Welcome to this episode of our TOEFL writing series. In the previous episode, we studied the foundation of academic discussion. We understood what this task is, how it works, what TOEFL wants, and what makes a response effective. But now we are moving to the next major step. How is a strong academic discussion response actually organized? This is important because organization controls clarity, logical flow, development, and overall response quality. In this episode, we are going to study the structure of a strong response, how ideas are organized, how the discussion connection appears inside the writing, and how a complete response is built from beginning to end. Then after that, we will analyze a full example together step by step. Let's answer the main question. What does a strong academic discussion response usually look like? A strong response should answer the professor's question clearly, present ideas logically, connect naturally to the discussion, and develop ideas with support. This means your writing should usually move through three important stages. Stage 1, your position. Stage 2, development. Stage 3, connection to the discussion. These are the qualities previously explained in our earlier video. If you'd like to learn more about them, go to the Ask English official channel, then open the TOEFL playlist and watch all the episodes you wish to watch. It is time to put into practice everything we previously described. The professor's question. Today we are going to discuss the role of homework in university education. Some people believe universities should reduce the amount of homework students receive because too much academic pressure can affect the students' performance and overall status. Others believe homework is necessary because it allows the students to review course material and strengthen their understanding outside the classroom. Do you think universities should reduce the amount of homework students receive? Why or why not? Student A. I think universities should reduce homework requirements. Many students already have demanding schedules that include classes, exams, and sometimes part-time jobs. If students receive too much homework, they may become exhausted. Reducing unnecessary assignments could help students maintain a healthier balance between university and personal life. Student B, I do not believe universities should reduce homework. Homework gives the students an opportunity to practice what they learn in class, especially in subjects that require regular review, such as mathematics or science. Without enough practice outside the classroom, students may struggle to fully understand important concepts. Now let's build and analyze this response step by step. First, we begin with a clear position like an agreement. I agree with Rachel that universities should reduce unnecessary homework requirements. This is a strong opening because we answer the professor's question directly. We also connect our response to Rachel's idea immediately. We do not start with a long general introduction. We enter the discussion directly. Now, we add a personal contribution. I'd like to add that students need regular practice, but too many assignments can make it difficult for them to manage their time and maintain their well-being. This sentence is important because we add a new idea. Students need practice, but too much homework can hurt time management and well-being. Then we develop the idea. If homework becomes excessive, students may complete tasks quickly just to finish them instead of truly learning from them. This is strong development because we explain a real academic problem. More homework does not always mean better learning. We continue. As a result, the quality of learning goes down while the amount of homework only increases. This sentence supports our main argument clearly. It shows that quality is more important than quantity. This can sometimes lead to burnout, a condition in which students lose motivation and feel unable to begin even simple study tasks. This adds depth to our response. We connect homework not only to time pressure, but also to motivation and mental energy. Now we bring in Daniel's idea. Daniel makes a valid point that homework helps students review course material, especially in difficult subjects. This is effective because we show understanding of the second student's position. We do not ignore Daniel. We recognize the value of his point. However, I think professors can solve this problem by assigning shorter, more focused tasks. This is a strong contribution because we keep the value of practice while reducing unnecessary pressure. We explain the problem more. These assignments would still help students practice important concepts. This sentence makes the solution practical. We show that homework should not disappear completely. It should become more focused and useful. Finally, we end with a clear final viewpoint. Therefore, universities should reduce the amount of homework by focusing more on quality than quantity. This conclusion is clear and connected to the whole response. We repeat the main idea without sounding memorized. Now notice the organization of the response. We move through these stages: clear position, connection to rational, personal contribution, explanation of our point, connection to Daniel, practical solution, final viewpoint. Also notice the language. We use natural English, the grammar is controlled, the vocabulary is clear and relevant. Words like well-being, excessive, burnout, motivation, and focused tasks fit the topic naturally. The sentences do not sound artificial or memorized. They sound like a serious student joining an academic discussion. The main strength of this response is that we do not copy Russell and we do not copy Daniel. We use their ideas as part of the discussion, but we still develop our own answer. That is exactly what a strong academic discussion response should do. Now let's read what we have written. I agree with Russell that universities should reduce unnecessary homework requirements. I would like to add that students need regular practice, but too many assignments can make it difficult for them to manage their time and maintain their well-being. If homework becomes excessive, students may complete tasks quickly just to finish them, instead of truly learning from them. As a result, the quality of learning goes down while the amount of homework only increases. This can sometimes lead to burnout, a condition in which students lose motivation and feel unable to begin even simple study tasks. Daniel makes a valid point that homework helps students review course material, especially in difficult subjects. However, I think professors can solve this problem by assigning shorter, more focused tasks. These assignments would still help students practice important concepts, but they would not create too much pressure. Therefore, universities should reduce the amount of homework by focusing more on quality than quantity. So now you understand how a strong academic discussion response is organized. You learned how to begin naturally, how to present a clear viewpoint, how to develop ideas logically, how to connect to the discussion, and how a complete response flows from beginning to end. But there are still several important questions remaining. How do you choose the best position? How should you use the students' ideas correctly? How can you add your own contribution naturally? And how exactly does TOEFL score this task? These are important topics because they directly affect response quality and the final score. So in the next episode, we'll study how to choose your position, how to use students' ideas, how to add your own contribution, and how the response is scored.